Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, madam.
You remember me?
Oh, yes.
I came for an interview and you gave me some good tips.
Have a seat, man.
Yeah.
What's been happening with you?
Well, I appreciated so much all the advice you gave me when I came for that so-called interview.
Mm-hmm.
And it ended out into be more discussion and conversation. And I really found what type of job I would like to do for my retirement.
Very good. Did you you spoke about something about a home for the aged, and you would write something. I told you to write something in about 2 days' time. It's about a week ago.
Well, actually, I don't like reading too much. I'd much rather to talk out things, and I realized that I would really enjoy doing something like that. As you suggested, do something that that I would enjoy because it's more or less retirement,
You want some coffee?
No, thank you. I'll pass on that this one. And so I applied for this job, school broadcasting program.
That's an old program, They're reviving it?
They're reviving it.
Yeah, I think we ran a small story on that in the paper sometime this week.
Yeah, very good. So I got the job.
Congratulations.
Yes, they were very impressed with my story, which was part of the interview. And I just, really went back to the old time days because what the program is to bring back more or less talk about the old time days, life in Trinidad in the old time days. And being up there, well, I just thought this is just so real to me. So I brought an invitation because for their launching.
Very good.
And every week, once a week, it'll be part-time job, and I'll go and talk about things on this broadcasting program.
Good.
Reaching out to school children, particularly,
Very good, very interesting. I'm glad for you. I'm really happy for you, man.
Well, congratulate me now,
Oh,
man.
sure.
Be afraid COVID,
No.
But man, you're really a green face, man.
Oh, I love green. Green gives me a sense of growth and a sense of joy.
Yeah, but while it gives you a sense of growth, you cut your hair. So your hair look like it grown. Yeah, but you take a real young boy from there.
Listen, madam. From the
You're
age
talking about growth, but you cut your hair.
No.
Why is that?
No. I cut my hair every 3 weeks.
Okay, so
Right.
last time I was here was the third week.
Might have been.
Okay.
But the thing about it is, you see this hair of mine?
Yeah.
From the age of 13 to now, I trim myself.
Hey, you're saving a lot of money, boy. It's about $50 for a barber. And if you're going real fancy place, could be $100, eh?
Oh, gee whiz.
So you're saving a lot of money. Where is with all that money?
Well, I buy cricks.
Why you like your downgrade?
No, the guy didn't come today.
Because last time I came here, you had tart and coconut drops. As I walk in, I see your cricks there. I say, today's only vital supply, but
Right.
I really want any, eh?
Okay, that's fine.
Good,
You want some coffee?
No, thank you.
Okay, great. So tell me about this job and this school broadcasting. What did they give you to do? That you're so overjoyed, you're bubbling over. What's the?
Well, while on the interview, they said to me, the program is like going back into the olden days, talking about old time Trinidad, and so. And I just went a tongue immediately as they raised the topic, So I said, well, I can start with. For instance, my old school reunion.
Very good, very good. They still have school reunion going on?
Well, boy, a lot of people still, a lot of, friends keep in touch that way. Once a year, they have a school reunion and they do different things to keep in touch, But sad to say, I really lost touch with my old school friends.
Where was this again?
What? Where?
The school you went to?
Way down in the carcass.
My goodness, no wonder you lost touch. That place is not underwater yet?
No. Icacos is so beautiful. And the people in our days, they were just mothers and givers, mothers and fathers, and givers to children. So I had many friends in school. I had Indrani, Rosie, May, Nora, Damayanti, Indrani,
wow.
And it was a real beautiful experience to grow up in a village that we didn't have anything about race, racial discrimination or anything. The most that used to happen in school when you and your friend fall out, they call you white cockroach.
Oh boy. Why they call you white cockroach?
Because I am a half-breed.
A half-breed.
My dad was Caucasian. Okay? So they, as children, they probably recognize me.
And your mother?
East Indian.
East Indian, okay.
Yeah? And if they get vexed with you, they call you white cockroach. But other than that, it
White
just
cockroach.
But actually, the first time I saw a white cockroach, I thought it was so ugly.
Oh, gee,
because you were used to brown cockroaches. So they said, boy, this is what they used to call me in school. That was not complimentary at all.
At all.
It wasn't complimentary, but that was okay.
You used to tell your father what they said?
Yeah, man.
What would be his reaction if you had told him? He would have gone up to the school and make a ruckus or something?
I don't know. He probably will know. That is among friends. Because we were all friends.
That's good. He didn't get into childhood.
So, but going to school in Icacos with these friends, particularly the names I just called, plus we had lots of boys. We had Bricky and we had Lionel and we had Ovan and different boys, And, why school was serious, because I tell you, boy, we had a teacher by the name of Mr. Gajara. Well, Mr. Gajara used to beat boy. He had a tambourine whip, And sometimes he actually sent the boys to cut the tambourine whip.
Oh, boy. They say long ago, the one who brings the whip gets the first lash.
Yeah, well, I thank God I never carry any. That was the boy's job, Anyway, when you see on a Tuesday evening after lunch, first thing is picking up Student's Companion. The Student's Companion, I don't know if they still use it in school now.
I don't know.
But anyway, the Student's Companion, you had proverbs and you had synonyms and opposite and antonyms and all of that. And everyone you get wrong, you get a lash, Lancy.
Oh, boy.
And sometimes when I get something wrong, you're going to get a lash. But in anticipation, you do so, and you get it here instead.
Oh, that hurt. I know about that.
But funny, it wasn't like how now you can't beat in school, You go home and your father see that, or your mother, because you did something that you shouldn't do.
So let me ask you a question here at this point in time. All that you're telling me now is part of your broadcast presentation?
Yes.
Okay.
It must have taken about almost an hour. And they were so impressed. They say, you're just...
Hour? Are you here to give me an hour? It's almost closing time for me,
No, I will proceed for you. But anyway, a long story short, growing up with these friends, we had fun together. Recess time, we went, recess time, we go and pick guavas, running. There was a guava patch not too far away. You go on and pick guavas. And like you didn't even know boys were different to girls. You were just friends.
So
then
things were decent.
Oh gosh, man, respectable. Respect, enough respect. Then on our lunchtime, you go, the sea grapes. Sea grapes in Icacos. Nothing much to it, but boy, I tell you, those things were so delicious in our mind, because now you go back to Icacos and you have sea grapes and you say, what was it about this that you loved so much as a child? And also fat pork.
What's that?
Also called zikak.
Zikak. Is that how Icacos got its name?
That's right.
Right, okay,
yes.
right.
Yeah. Anyway.
Oh yes, I think I looked at a young boys program
On YouTube.
Yes, and
Yeah.
he has something called Southwest
Adventures, yeah.
And he showed something.
Actually, that young boy is my nephew.
Oh, right.
Southwest, yeah. Yeah, he's doing some very good work also. And accidentally, or maybe, I don't know why I did it, when you were looking at the YouTuber and you asked me if I knew him, I said, Lyndon Batiste. Yeah, and I kind of dismissed it. And I said, oh yeah, I know that guy. That's my son.
Well, you have such brilliant family and you're still in retirement trying to find a job?
No, I just want to give back to, Anyway, so back to the school reunion.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, at the age of about 15, I left the caucus and went to school in San Fernando. Went and lived with my sister who was married.
Before you go, Christian, my mind is running. I don't know if this in presentation you're going to bring it in. But what about your actual school days? What was the school like? I mean, Icacus, as far as I know, it's now modernized. But what was it like in your day? What kind of games, what kind of mischievous things might have happened among you? What kind of little trade went on in the school in that area?
Okay, all right. Well, as I say, apart from our teacher being very serious, but we took schoolwork very serious. We always tried to be on top of it in spite of having our playtime and, run away from school to get sea grapes and so on. It was a little wooden building, and the classrooms were just separated by blackboards actually.
Yes, I know those days.
Yeah, and you had outdoor bathroom.
Okay.
And we had from first year, second year.
You sure you want some coffee?
No, thank you.
Okay.
Right on to grade standard 5. Well, there wasn't much to motivate a child, because more or less you had like 2 Chinese shops down there, and it was a fishing village. So most people were fishermen, parents of the children were fishermen.
Right.
And also a coconut estate, a booming coconut estate that, a lot of people worked on the coconut estate. And, I remember somehow a teacher, the same Mr. Gajada, he says, I would like you all to write a job application. And you drop it on my desk, and it must be done before recess. And we will discuss it after recess.
A job application in the campus. Okay.
Job application.
Right.
Well, I don't know what others wrote about too much, because poor things, they didn't have too much, motivations as to what they would want to do, because you get married very young. So I wrote a job application to the Chinese shop and asking for a job in his shop. But this Chinese man didn't speak much English. So I was sitting next to a Commonwealth chart, and there's a lot of Chinese writing. The Chinese write and different things like that. So I wrote it like that, and I handed it up before recess. And when I came back, the teacher called me very serious. I said, well, boy, I'm going to get some licks.
Oh, my.
So he said, so, Miss Cozy, what is this about? My job application, sir. Say, your job application? I don't understand. What sort of funny writing is that? I said, it's in Chinese. He said, Chinese? I said, well, the Chinese man who runs the shop, he can't speak English. So I wrote my application in Chinese. Well, I'm not too sure if he gave me 0 or he gave me 100 out of 100. But years later, I saw Mr. Gajada, and he shared that when he went to university.
That's funny.
And his colleague said to him, Well, I hope that you gave that child 100%.
That's good. That's
Because
good.
she said that was brilliance. Yippee! Also, I must have had some kind of marketing skills.
Why?
Because my sister used to make fudge for sale, you know.
Right.
So when she left school, I carried on the trade. So a fudge was sold for 1 cent, you know.
What kind of fudge is this you're talking
Well,
about?
the fudge that I made was coconut chocolate fudge. So you put cocoa powder, you know, cocoa powder,
Right.
in the sugar. You put clean milk and coconut milk, and you stir the fudge until it melts. And when it comes in, you pour it out and then you cut it small pieces.
Okay.
Not like what you're paying $5 for now, you know. 1 cent. 1 cent. And do you know, things was going good. By recess, all my fudge sell out.
Right. How much you sold it for?
1 cent.
A cent. Oh
Yeah.
my, yeah.
A cent. No, penny, sorry.
A penny. Okay.
Penny.
Right, a
Penny, sorry. My
Folks nowadays don't know what a penny is anyway.
Right.
Yeah?
A penny was 2 cents.
2 cents. Okay.
So, a competition come up, boy. Clive started to make fudge. Clive's mother started to make fudge.
Oh my.
And Clive selling his fudge. Penny for 1 too. But when I tell you, boy, I myself, if I had to buy a fudge, I was going to buy Clive fudge instead of Lou. Because Clive fudge, when you put it in your mouth, it melts in it. But they're using condensed milk, eh?
Right.
Delicious. So I buy from him too, to support him.
Yeah.
So that's how I know it isn't better than mine.
So how does the marketing skill come into this?
So, well, when I see the competition start to go so stiff, boy, I start to break my fudge and sell it for a cent. Break it in 2, but it's hard enough to break, you see? So breaking it in 2. Cent for fudge. Some children only have a cent. So who have a cent can't buy his. Because his fudge so succulent. If you break it, it'll mash up. So he couldn't reduce his price. And I continue to sell my fudge for a cent. Half a fudge for a cent.
So what?
So when I realize now, half a fudge for 1 cent, you know what? I think I must have invented from them days smaller containers, smaller bottles. You know, like for instance, little boy and chubby and thing.
Yes.
I must have invented that
possible,
60
you know.
years
You
ago
should
because
have
I was
patented it.
11 years.
Sorry, you didn't know about patenting anything?
Yeah, man. So you know what I started to do?
No.
I had to cut my fudge smaller, so I wouldn't have to break it.
Hey, very bright.
Yeah. So
So
when
you put Clive out of business?
Clive couldn't keep up with me, he stopped making fudge.
That's right.
So, okay, so what more you want to know about my
I want to
school
know
days?
about this. You see, the topic is don't get away from it.
My
When you-
school reunion.
That's right. When you write a headline, you give a gist
Right.
of the story in the headline.
Yes.
Right?
So, okay, moving right along, I left Icacus to go to school in San Fernando.
Right.
And my friend, Damayanti, she moved up to Claxton Bay. But all the others remained in Icacus.
Okay.
Never left Icacus. So after I did my commercial course in San Fernando, I moved up to Port of Spain, got a job, got a job at BP Caribbean.
Oh, right.
And, well, I suppose I lost touch with my friends because then I met my husband, Lance,
Very good.
and we got married in 10 months' time.
You carry the same name like me, Lance.
You are Lance too?
Yeah, you called me Lance a while ago. You checked with somebody as they were coming in. My name? I didn't tell you last
No,
time.
actually, it was a mistake I made.
You made a mistake?
Yes, I called my husband Lancey.
Ah, okay. Well, that's quite a coincidence.
Yeah. But he doesn't dress in green.
Oh, no. You shouldn't have poor good-looking men dressing in green. I'm sure he's a good-looking guy,
Oh
right?
boy, handsome. It was love at first sight. So it has to be that he was handsome good looking, charming, humorous.
You know what they say
this-
about Dracula? It was love at first bite.
Yeah, well,
That's an old joke.
no,
Forget
it was love at first sight.
Yeah. So tell me.
So I lost touch with my friends. But we would go down to Carcass and I would see my friends like Nora and May and Rosie and Indrani and, but most times in a funeral. And we would say, we really have to get together, We really have to get together. We only meet in funerals. But, the time passed, my children got grown. And then I got contact with Damayanti. Damayanti had left the Carcass for many years herself, but seemingly was very homesick for Carcass and her friends.
Right.
Unlike me, I moved on in life. I met Lance. I had children. So I lost touch, and that time we didn't have telephone and cell phones like you have now. So Damayanti decided we should have a school reunion.
A school reunion, right?
Yeah. So I said, okay, well, here's what. No, before she said she would like to have a school reunion, I said, Damayanti, I'm coming down to San Fernando.
Right.
Can we meet and go to a Chinese restaurant?
Very good.
She said, I will love more than ever to have a school reunion with all my friends who I grieve for all these years.
Grieve for, eh?
Yes.
Oh.
She was really,
So
really...
how old she would be at this point in time?
Oh, she would have been like in her 60s. So
Quite a
that's like
while.
almost 10 years ago, this school reunion. So I said, okay, I'm going down to Carcass and I am going to be in touch with a few of them, get phone numbers,
Right.
and really arrange this school reunion. So the first person I spoke with was Kanisha.
Alicia.
I say, Kanisha, Damayanti wants to have a school reunion. What would you suggest we can do in Point Forte or in Carcass or Cedros? What can we do? She said, well, maybe we should go to Kentucky.
Kentucky, right?
Have Kentucky.
No Kentucky down in Carcass, right?
No Kentucky, so that is like in Point Forte.
Okay, that's a big deal now.
Yes. So then I said, okay. So I said I will discuss it with the others and hear what they have to say. So I called Indrani and I said, Indrani, we would like to have a school reunion. What do you think?
Right.
So she said, well, we could do some Chinese, some good Chinese restaurant at Point Forte. I said, well, actually, I thought about Chinese too. But I really, at the time, wasn't thinking of a big reunion with all of us,
So you're talking now about one's a KFC, now one is Chinese.
Once a Chinese.
Okay, right, good. Different.
So then I decided to talk to May.
Okay.
May is very spontaneous and, May love to laugh. I said, May girl, we planning a school reunion. I said, but I having different opinions. But let me hear what you have to say. She said, girl, you know how much years we never get together? Let us go in the sports bar.
Sports bar.
Sports bar. I said, okay. I say, well, okay. I say, so this is a third different opinion. So I say, let me hear what Nora has to say.
Right.
I said, Nora, we planning this reunion. What do you think? I say, May said a sports bar. Another one said Kentucky.
One to Chinese.
Another one said Chinese. So she said, well, I supporting May, because May and I ring on finger. So I supporting May. Why May do it, I going along with me.
Okay, fine.
So I say, she said, and furthermore, the Karen say, Kanisha say, she want to go Kentucky. Her husband don't let her go nowhere.
Oh boy.
So I don't know how she getting to go Kentucky in point. Okay. So I call back my auntie. I said, my auntie girl, there's all kind of different opinions people getting. So she said, well, anyway, girl, right now I can't do nothing. But I've already decided I can't because my mother very sick.
Oh.
So I said, okay, well, you take care of your mother and we will be in touch again. So I called Karen, known as Kanisha as well. I said, Kanisha girl, well, I'd speak to everybody and we're coming up with different opinion, but then my auntie said, her mother's sick right now. She said, well, girl, I really won't be able to go to Kentucky, you know. My husband said, why only don't make a line by the beach? So I say, well, all of that song and real good.
Which beach he had in mind?
It's Sea Josh, right where she live in.
Oh, Bonus Beach.
Village.
Okay, Bonus Village.
He say he will cook the duck.
Wow, good man.
I say, well, girl, now we talking because I love to bathe in the sea and cook duck cooking right here on the beach.
Yeah,
and think
that's your business, eh?
that is just what we need to do. I call back. So then I call Indrani.
Mm-hmm.
I say, Indrani, Kanisha say, what about cooking a duck? They could cook a duck. She said, well, I could bring you roti. I say, well, we working, girl, everything going nice.
Sounds good.
I say, May, what are you making? She said, well, we going with provision. She said, I bring in provision. That will go good with the duck too.
Wow.
Right. See, Nora, what about you? She said, well, if May bring in provision, I bring in saltfish.
What?
I say, well, this getting better, boy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I ain't talk yet, boy. What I bringing, eh?
Mm-hmm.
But I saying, since nobody ain't talking dessert, I carrying cake and ice cream.
Cake and ice cream, right.
Making this thing really nice.
Mm-hmm.
He called back. That my auntie. I said, that my auntie, how your mother feeling? She said, girl, my mother ain't doing good, you know. But my sister very sick now.
Oh boy.
I say, well, anyway, we go talk again.
Mm-hmm.
Call her back. She say, well, I go bring the Polari.
She'll bring the Polari.
Yeah. So I said, right, well, we picking you up and we going down and everything in order.
Okay, so you all had a grand time?
Grand time? We had a grand planning.
Oh, only?
Only a grand planning.
My goodness.
When I called to make the final arrangement, her sister died.
Oh boy.
After that, there are prayers.
Mm-hmm.
Then when I talked to him, Johnny, she said, well, Diwali start.
Mm-hmm.
By which time, to tell you the truth, I get tired. I get so tired with this reunion. This reunion take me to wit's end, boy.
Oh, yeah.
Too much of planning and no action.
But you believe that this story will go down pretty good in your school broadcasting?
Well, I got a job with it. I don't know if I may have to do it because we haven't actually done a run yet, but I got a job.
You got the job.
I got a job.
Well, anyway, I'll tell you what. This was really interesting. I'm going to be on the move pretty soon. I really appreciate your coming back and telling me, you didn't leave me hanging. I was glad about that. Mm-hmm. And furthermore, you have the temperament for the radio story. So you've made a good choice, and I hope they hire you. If not...
I got a job.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I hope they keep you.
Oh, my goodness. Don't frighten me. Don't frighten me.
So what we do is we wait. I will... what radio station is it?
Radio 95.
Radio 95. Okay, Radio 95. Well, let's hope that it comes off okay. And if not, I'll see you in the old people's home.
You mean you might be my first?
I might be very well after this long session. I might be your first inpatient or your first resident.